and you can make your introduction.
All right, thank you again. All right, thank you all of the agents from Epic who have attended this call, who taken the time out and to come and listen to us about Redo, powered by Base. That is the white label for the actual agreement that we have with Epic. If you hear us say Re-Up Living or anything regarding Base, Re-Up is the actual parent company, but Redo is the actual white label that we have with Epic. So again, I want to thank you all for coming to this call, this special call for our Florida team. Hopefully you all are doing all well, despite the actual hurricane that you guys went through. I'm in Houston, so we experienced those very recently. So I know what that feels like to be without phone, internet, and cable and everything else. You're living in the apocalypse. So I hope everybody is okay. I hope you guys, if not, you're making it. Prayers are with you and also your family also. So thank you so much. If you can't hear me, please let me know in the chat. But I am Justin, operations manager here at Re-Up Living. We have Tommy, who is going to be on the call, who's going to be piggybacking with Lauren LeMay, who is on the call, who is one of our franchise owners. I've worked with Lauren at another company, and she is a rock star in her own right. So I'm going to let our team open up and say hello. I know we have Lauren. So Lauren, can you say hello? And then we'll follow by Tommy also.
Yeah, hi everyone. I do actually recognize a couple familiar faces and names on this, so that's pretty cool. I am a part of the local team, so if you guys have any questions or ladies have any questions and need to circle around or have a property in mind, you can always reach out to me directly, and I'll make sure that I put my information in the bar.
All right, y'all. Since I am going to, I'm sorry, Tommy. Tommy, I didn't forget about you.
Thanks. Yeah, hey guys. I also recognize some of you. I'm sure we've been in a couple calls together at some point. I am part of the corporate team at Re-Up, so if there's ever any projects that aren't covered by a franchise or the Florida franchise specifically, you might be dealing with me. So pleasure to meet you all today.
All right, we got some great nuggets, some good information to give you. Do me a favor in the chat or thumbs up or some type of interaction. Have you heard of us, or have any of you all been on the actual call that we have with corporate set every Tuesday of each month? And it's usually 12 Central Standard Time. I believe that's 11 Eastern Time for you all. So have any of you all been on that call? A lot of you have. Same presentation, guys, just different faces. We got Lauren to make it a lot better for us. So that's how it's going to be. So thank you so much. Any of you all have not been on it, it's great. It's okay. For you new agents, sit tight. Let us give you some information. We do have our basic product.
Sorry, I'm on a Zoom call, so I'm just listening. I didn't mean to bother y'all.
Do me a favor. Sonia, do me a favor. Mute that chat for me. That's all right. It happens. This is virtual. It's all right. So do me a favor. We do have some nuggets for you. I am gonna go over the actual base, our actual platform, our 3D platform, and then we're gonna have Lauren and Tommy to piggyback on our services. Our services are gonna be really special and something that you guys are gonna really, really love, because it's gonna be an actual incentive that you can have for the actual clients, your buyers or your sellers that you're working with. So I'm pretty sure it's okay. You don't have to apologize. It happens. Hopefully nobody walks in behind me or a cat or dog just dives in from my library from behind me. So you're okay. You don't have to apologize for that. So let me get away. I will present a little bit. If I don't do good, you guys let me know, but I am the DJ for the hour and I am running the slides. So just bear with me. But I do want to let you guys know about Base, and we do have a 3D product. But before I go into that, I do want to give you guys just a couple of information that we do have regarding Base. I'm going to move out of this screen a little bit different than what we usually do to show you guys what the actual Base is. It is a complement to the actual service side. So it is something that you do have to have for your clients so they can also experience the actual changes they can make in the homes that they're either selling or they're going to be buying. But the demand for floor plans in the United States is high. Only approximately 20% of listings in the USS have floor plans. Outside of the US, like European nations like Sweden and Denmark, they are required in their MLS to have floor plans. It's really important that your actual clients can see these actual homes, see their dimensions, at least play with them and make sure that it is a living space that they and their family can have, or something that they are looking forward to when purchasing an actual home, or even selling the actual home for those actual clients that need to make sure they have an added feature or product to sell that actual property. Now, according to NAR, floor plans are the third highest valuable added feature that you need in order to sell a property. Right underneath photos, and then detailed information about the property, and very high above the actual videos. Yeah, they want to see the videos of the property, but they also want to see what the property can be in a 3D form, or just to see what the actual floor plans are, so they can make sure that those dimensions for those couches, those sofas and things that they do need to purchase after making that actual purchase will fit in that actual home. And again, like we said, a couple of questions they're going to ask you, like, how big are the rooms? Will my furniture fit? How does the property layout suits me and my family? Those are a couple of things that they're going to ask. This is something that we can help you with our actual 3D floor plan. They will not just see the floor plan. They'll be able to go through the home, room by room, customize that actual home also. So that's the plus side of the actual base that we will have for you, that you will have to submit. Do me a favor, if there are any power agents in the actual on the actual chat or in this actual Zoom, do me a favor, put your information in there and make sure that you put power agent. For all other agents or just everybody else, do me a favor, put your name, put your email information, and probably even your phone number if you do want us to give you a call, so we can reach out to you to make sure that we do send you whatever literature, whatever marketing materials, whatever you need after this call, okay? So please put that in the chat for us. Now, what is Base? Again, like I told you, Base is our 3D model platform that we have for you. It's not just a 3D platform. It will allow you to customize your actual home, the walls, the actual backsplash in the kitchen, the flooring, to change it to whatever customizations that actual client wants. Now, if you get the actual product and you want to add additional customizations to it, that's something that our team and our back team that is designing it can assist you with. So don't worry if you get something out of the box and you want to explore a little bit more colors, we can work with you on that. So that is our 3D digital floor plan. There's a video here, but I also want to show you guys what our actual 3D floor plan is. I think that's a little bit more engaging with you all versus just showing you an actual video of what it could be. So I'm going to bring my screen over here just a little bit, and I'm going to open this up just a little bit. And I'm going to show you, this is what you're going to get. Now, this is a home of, I believe, our actual our actual owner of the actual company, Ryan, of what his home looks like. If not, it's a home of somebody, okay? Just make believe whose it is. So you'll see this actual floor plan, and you'll have the living room, you'll have access to the dining room, but the cooler features that we do have for you are going to be the little circles with the actual little pencils and a little paper on it. If you click on those, you have the customizations to change the actual floorings in those actual rooms. So if you're working with a client and they don't like the floors in that property that they're looking at, you'll have this to say, hey, what if you change it to this? This is what it can look like. Just an added feature for you, so you can get this property sold, you can get your commission, and then the seller can get their actual money and everybody's happy, even the title company. If you go zoom in a little closer, if you can change the actual pantries or cabinets. You can change the actual hinges of those also. If you click on that, you can change the actual black backsplashes on the actual home as well. If you come out just a little bit, I'm going to turn this around and go back to the kitchen. You can, to the living room, you can change the actual flooring in the actual living room. Plus side, you can change the actual wallpapers to see what it will look like with a new splash of paint on that actual home. I'm going to go out and come back in. If you click here, you can change the actual countertops that you have also for the actual property that you're working with for the client. Now, if you do enroll in the actual services, Tommy and Lauren's going to piggyback on that. This is an added feature that our actual renovation team does work with to make sure that everything that the client wants, either they're a seller or they're a buyer, if they're looking at renovating that actual home. Now, on this actual right-hand side up here, you're able to go to additional rooms. So it's just not the downstairs. Our actual team that we have, if it's a 2-story or 3-story or whatsoever, a building or whatsoever, and have multiple rooms or multiple stores, multiple floors, sorry about that, you are able to go in and customize that also. I'm zooming in out too much, sorry about that. Even the ceilings and everything else. So again, if you go from room to room, even the actual garage, you can go to, and we have that all mapped out for you. Now, this is not something that we just get from your MLS. This is not something that we just make up or that we just come up with. This is information that we will need from you, the actual agent, in order to get started with this. So I'm going to come out of this a little bit. We'll come back in here and again. But let me get those actual slides back up so we can move forward to the next one. Now, why base? Again, it is a 24-hour accessibility browse for the property at your convenience. So you'll have this whenever. You'll have your URL. You can have that property. You'll see it whenever. You can integrate this with any type of MLS listings that you have, any type of platform, Zillow, RPR, or whatsoever. If they have that actual property on there, not RPR, but KV Core, whatever CRM that you are working with the actual office. Again, it actually gives you the 3D tour for that actual property, but it also gives you the actual opportunity to customize that actual property for the actual client that you're working with. So whatever objections that they have regarding floors or wallpapers or whatsoever, you can expand their mind and say, hey, this is what it's going to look like afterwards. In order to get that process started, you will have to register. If you have not already registered in the actual portal, you will have to register for that, for the base portal. I'm going to put that link in there in the actual chat. So if anybody has not registered, if you have registered, that's fine. I'll show you how to submit for a property that you're working with an actual client that you are working with. Thank you so much, Walter, for that. The registration is super easy and simple. We've worked a long time because what we had at first was not so good. But what we got now is a little bit better. But the best is yet to come regarding that. So I am going to go over that just a little bit for you on a couple of slides. You do have your own landing page here. And that landing page, you'll have the base portal. I put that actual link in the actual chat there. Tommy or Lauren, can you just copy and paste that and just make sure it says base portal for me if you can? If not, I'll come back after I finish presenting and make sure I put all this information in here. But you do have your own landing site in here. In that actual landing site, let me just show you the landing site. It's going to look like this, okay? This actual ribbon that you have going across here, these are the instructions on how to register and how to use the actual platform also. But in order to get to the actual base portal, you're just going to click on base portal right there, okay? And that's how you're going to get started. Again, if you already have your login, you'll just log in. But if not, you're going to register here. I'm going to go back to the slides in a minute. But if you click on that actual, sorry about that. If you click on that actual, I didn't got out of it. That's the devil. If you click on this actual sliding, this will show you the actual page that we set up for the actual training videos and the actual PDFs that we created for you if you're having difficulties trying to register or sign in or whatsoever. So we got a couple of cute people here that's going to show you how to register for the base, how to submit a property, and then how to navigate the actual bases. We have a couple of how-to guides. If you're a person that you just don't want to sit there and listen to somebody, you can just take those how-to guides and they'll show you. But the registration is pretty simple and easy. It's just like registering for any other type of platform, okay? But again, we will need a couple of informations from you for that properties. But once you register, we will already have your name, we'll already have your email address, but we already have the actual company that you work for. Make sure that when you are registering, make sure you register with your Epic email address. We do have our system coded to recognize that. So if you are an agent with Epic, there is a $99 charge for the actual base, okay? If you are a power agent, those agents have a negotiated rate with us. So if you are a power agent, please put that you're a power agent in the actual chat and put your email address, put power agent, your name and the email address, so we can know that. We do have a negotiated rate for power agents also. So all you're gonna do is go to that actual baseportal.com site. You're gonna register down there. From there, you're gonna come up to a sign up sheet, just like any other sign up sheet for any other system that you're signing up for. It's gonna ask you for a couple of informations. This one is just simple. Your email address, again, make sure it's your Epic email address, not your personal one. Not one that you just made up, but make sure it's your Epic one. We have our system coded for your actual corporate rate. If you see anything and if you sign up for anything and it comes up $199, that means you did it wrong. So make sure you put your Epic email address, the ones that I'm seeing here. And here, Ashley, make sure you don't use that Gmail, okay, please. So once you finish putting in that information, you're gonna hit sign up, okay? From there, you're gonna receive an email. Make sure you look in your spam, make sure you look in your junk mail for that email because it could get logged in there. This is how you're gonna be able to go back and access that actual portal. Once you click verify that, it should take you to that actual page. If not, just go back to that page that you was at. Go back to log back in. We're gonna log back in, and then you're gonna put your username and your password that you created. A couple of things that we need from you. We won't need your agent name. We already have that once you register. We won't need your email address. We already have that because you registered. We will need the property address once you start registering for the actual base in the portal. I'll show you that in a second. We won't need your company names. We already got that. But you will need a 2D floor plan. These are something that you can get totally free, totally simple. Cubicasa, you can get it from floor planners, but the most popular one is Cubicasa. They're free. They're very free. All you need is your phone. You need to be in that property. You just need to walk around that actual property to get that actual floor plan, and it will come to you for free through Cubicasa. We do not work for Cubicasa. They do have their own instructions on how to use their system, but that's just one way that you can get that 2D floor plan that we will need to create that 3D floor plan for you, okay? Thank you, Walter. You know, we're gonna hire you, you know that? And you're gonna be our Cubicasa specialist. I need somebody on my team. I think it's Walter Key. We're also gonna need that video walkthrough of that property. Why the video walkthrough? We can't see a lot of things on the floor plan, okay? Because the floor plan is just a floor plan with dimensions of the property and how big the rooms are. But we need that video to make sure that everything that we are seeing when we're creating that 3D floor plan, any type of special features in that home, any floors that go down, any type of crevices or anything, we can see it in that home. You don't have to clean that home out, okay? If it's a hoarder type of situation, that might be something totally different. But they said if you're a hoarder, if it's a hoarder, we can still get the information from what we need from that video. So you don't have to call in dumpsters and stuff just to get a video for us, okay? It's not your home, it's their home. Don't worry about what it looks like, okay? All right. Once you get into the actual portal, it's going to take you to the dashboard. But what you're going to need to go to in order to submit for that property so you can start creating it, and then you can start working with us if you want to do a renovation for that home. Either you work with a buyer that wants to do a renovation prior to living there, or a seller that's trying to sell it and renovate it prior before they leave out so they can get a little bit more money, a little bit more thousands of dollars. This is what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to put that property information here, the address, the city and state, that 2D floor plan. You're just gonna, once you get that from Cubicasa, maybe 30 minutes, an hour, you'll get it, okay? You don't have to add on any special features with them, no 3D or 2D stuff like that. Just get the floor plan, that's all we need, okay? Nothing special. And then with your video, if you can just walk around it, save it on your phone or on your computer whatsoever, you're just gonna upload that file there also. If there's any additional property information that you want us to know about, like, hey, I already talked to Tommy, I already talked to Lauren, I'm gonna start doing a renovation with this property. I'm working with the seller, hey, let's just start that information. Or if it's something regarding that property in the videos that you sent, and you think that we might wanna, have that information, you can just put that down there where it says additional property information. Our team will get that, we'll assess the situation, and we'll make sure that we get what we need from you, if we need to reach out to you, or if we just have it from the information that you put there. All you have to do there is hit submit. It's about 72 business hours for us to produce that actual base for you. It's a little less time than that. Be very cognizant if it is the weekend. Again, it's business hours, so that's Monday through Friday. So if it's on a Friday, it may not get to you until a Monday or a Tuesday morning, okay? For any agents outside of the power agent who we have negotiated rates with, it is going to be $99. You are going to be navigated to the payment site. You will need to put that payment information in there. If you talk to somebody else and they said something that was going to give you a code or something, please make sure that you reach out to our support team. I'll give you that information also so we can work with you for that. And then also so that I can verify that information is correct. I will trust you, but I will also verify to make sure that that information that you're telling me is correct, okay? From there, you're just gonna hit pay, and then that's how we're gonna start the process for delivering that base to you. Once you have submitted that base in the actual dashboard, it's gonna have the actual open ticket. Do me a favor, mute that mic for me. You're gonna have all your properties, or you may have just one property. It's gonna say submitted once you have submitted it. If we have delivered it to you, it will say delivered, meaning you've received it. You can click on it, and also an email will be sent to you for that actual base saying it's been delivered. Processing, we're working on that base to get it created for you. So just hang on tight, give us about 48 hours, probably even 24 hours to get that out to you. We're gonna say 48, okay? And then contact is meaning we have reached out to you regarding anything that we're missing. If you don't have a 2D floor plan, we're gonna try to reach out to you to get it because we can't proceed without that. If you are missing the video, we're gonna need that without proceeding with creating the base, okay? So just make sure you can't get around us. Make sure those two things, that's all we need to create that actual 3D floor plan for you so you can start customizing that home to whatever customizations that client wants or needs from us. If there is a base that you received and you did not like what that base looked like, or it was totally wrong, you're going to email our support team, and that's going to be support@reupliving.com. For any incorrect located walls, you're not going to have that. As long as you send us that video, we can see what's going on. Any additional colors or customizations, reach out to us so our team can go in there and customize that actual base for you. Again, the 72 business hours for delivery of that. That is our maximum time that we give for that, okay? It is a little shorter than that. But again, if it's on the weekend, work with us so we can work with you on getting that actual 3D floor plan. If it's a worse situation and you want us to rush, be very cognizant. We're working with another team to get these bases there. So make sure that you do your due diligence and you submit these ahead of time. Let's be responsible. Let's be professional. Let's be adults. Let's make sure that you're doing your due diligence and not rushing our team. And we make a mistake that could have been easily averted by making sure you had the information early, okay? Again, our support team is 9 to 5 Central Standard Time. If you reach out to us by email, we don't have a chat support just yet. I'm working on my team to get that, but we need a lot more emails from support to come through for issues before we roll out that chat and that phone support. So if you have any issues whatsoever, you can email support@reupliving.com. Also, outside of that, you do have 2 account managers. So if you are reached out to by Paulina, or reached out to by Santiago, do know they do work for us, for REUP. They will be contacting you for any questions that you may have. If you have training things that you want to set up, if you have a group or something that you want to set up within Epic, we can work with you. Your account managers can work with you. I'll give you that information in the chat while our next presenters are presenting. After this call, I do want to let you know you're going to be receiving an onboarding email. It may not come today, it may come tomorrow, but that email is going to have a couple of things. Have a copy of this actual presentation, a limited copy of it, the broker's presentation, agent brochures, social media posts if you want to post that, and then also a quick start guide. You will get a follow-up call, so just be checking on that. If you've already been to one of our actual trainings before and Paulina or Santiago reached out to you, and you had concerns about that, email support@reupliving.com. My team and myself, we monitor that very well. We want to make sure that you guys are having a good experience overall. If something is going on, please let me know or let support know. Don't say Justin told you to email support, because also Johan works at as well. He's gonna be like, Justin, they calling for you. And I'll be like, hey, I can't talk to him, so you're gonna have to take care of it for him right now. But if you do email support, most of the times you'll get me, so I can answer whatever questions that you guys may have or work with our actual team to get that for you, okay? Now, outside of this 3D product, we have services, design your dreams, sell your home for more. If you're working with a buyer, if you're working with a seller and they want to just have a perfect home before they move in, or they want to have a fabulous home to sell and get more money for, that's what we're going to be talking about next. So we have Tommy, and then we also have Lauren that's going to piggyback and work with each other regarding these actual products. So Lauren and Tommy, I'm going to let you guys piggyback on how you guys want to do it. But I believe, Lauren, you're going to take the lead, right?
Take the lead. And we are answering a lot of y'all's questions. I do see the emails coming through. Pauline has already jumped on quite a few, so keep those coming. But the biggest problem for the seller, so this is the service side, is obviously a lack of knowledge on the repairs that bring equity versus ones that are just cosmetic and make things pretty, but don't actually bring value to the property. So that's kind of where our team steps in. A lack of capital, as we know, everything is going up, including renovation prices. And so it's sometimes very challenging for a seller to come up with that. And then just the priorities are being overlooked. I don't want to overcomplicate it, so I will chat with a few of you that had questions offline on the other issues that you guys have brought up that the sellers have. Problem for the buyers, one of the biggest challenges right now is there's no customizations offered, especially even in like the new construction homes. Lack of inventory, I know we're starting to see that ease up here in Florida, which is making it more difficult, I think, for the buyers, because now every house is just out there and some not always priced so right. So, and then the lack of capital. So what buyer wants to purchase a home, have their down payment, and then have to go in there and immediately start spending a ton of money on renovations. Re-up solution. Tommy, you want to take this one? Because I'm really, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm more of a go with the flow kind of girl. So the slide is not my thing, but Tommy, you want to take over on this one?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So the first step in this solution of ours is the technology. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
All right, great. So we do have the data and the technology that tells us what sells in each market, and specifically what aspects of a home need to be upgraded to maximize that sale price while still making the home attainable for buyers in the market. The shared interest. So this is really what sets us apart from some of the other companies out there that claim to do what we do. We don't make any money unless you and your clients make money. If we can't create a legitimate upside on a property, then we have no source of profit. So this just makes sure that we're really being a partner to you and your seller rather than a service vendor or provider. And finally, the easy process. So we want this to be really hands-off for you and your homeowner. There's plenty of stuff to do for them outside of managing a renovation project when they're selling a home that they need to take care of. So they can just sit back and we're going to manage the project. We're going to manage the financing. They're not going to need to worry about the day-to-day details, and they can just focus on whatever else they need to be doing. And of course, you as agents are going to be able to focus on strengthening that relationship with the homeowner and going out and finding new business, specifically by using this to kind of differentiate yourself from other agents in the market.
Hey, just
Still
real
me?
quick, guys, we got about 5 minutes and I need to hop on with the rest of the details.
Yeah,
Okay.
want to do accelerated one? Just tell me what you want me to flip through, okay?
Yeah, why don't we maybe skip towards the end so they can just see what pictures of the services look like. Here we go. There's a good start. Couple slides back. Okay, so quick and dirty demo of the services. So customize your new home. This is really the bread and butter of Re-up and kind of how the original business model that the company was founded on. So on the left there, you're going to see a picture of an outdated, clearly, deferred maintenance kind of home. Needs a lot of love before you take that to the market. The center picture is the rendering on base, and then the final picture there is the finished product after a buyer has come in and specified their modifications, and we've done all the necessary structural work. So essentially, the simplified way to explain re-up services is you as an agent have a house that is about to go to market and it needs work, it needs an update, and the sellers aren't in a position to do this on their own because of those problems that we specified earlier. So re-up solution is to come in, identify all of the major aspects of the renovation that are going to pump up that final sale price, and we're going to install it, and then we're actually going to let the buyer come in and choose the finish on materials. So you're getting a freshly renovated house, and the buyer is going to have a complete blank canvas to install all of their own custom design choices. Here is what's called the redo home station. So this is what's going to be in your open house. We actually show the house in that 80% kind of blank canvas look. We call it a white box. And in the house is going to have there's going to be a table and a big flat screen TV with base on it, so that while they're touring the house physically, they can be seeing the potential of that house digitally. It's really great. We want them to be walking through these open houses, seeing the potential rather than looking for problems. And then of course, champagne, cookies, all the good stuff you want in an open house. Another thing I want to mention, on the table there is a range of materials that they can choose from, like wood, hardwood, granites, different coats of paint. If they chose one of these that we've laid out for them, it does not affect the price of the home at all. So they can walk in, they see the sale price, they choose hardwood A and granite B. Doesn't change the price at all. However, we do have a surge pricing program that can create a whole lot of upside if they wanted to get super creative with their design choices. Maybe we skip towards the financials here. Okay, so in this example, this was a real project we did out in Vegas. So we started with a home that was worth $400,000. The budget is defined as 100 in this project. So the big thing to note about the budget for re-up is that once we have defined the scope of work and we sign a contract saying that the budget is going to be 100,000, that budget is locked in. So if we sign the contract and the first thing we do is go and take out a wall and we find termites and we have to spend $5,000 to fix that, well, re-up's just going to have to eat that money. We already signed the contract. We already said it's 100. If we didn't prepare for something, then that's the risk that re-up assumes. So the goal there with that 100K is to get it up to 650. So we sold it at 650. We pay ourselves back our 100, and then we're left with $150,000 upside, which we then split with the homeowner 50-50. So in this situation, a seller did not put a dime into renovations on their own, but they're walking away with an extra 75K, basically doing the exact same thing they were going to do already, which is sell the house. What I like to tell people is the only thing they invest with us is time. And then, of course, you as the agent, you're closing on a $650,000 house, and your commission is going to reflect that.
Hey, Tommy, do me a favor. There is one question in there. Michelle, she asks, she understands how the seller side works. How does it work for the buyer side?
Got it. Okay. So the buyer's program is essentially the exact same program as the seller side, except instead of selling a house, we're doing a refinance. So you and your buyer go out and find basically the problem we're trying to solve for the buyer is that
or they'll
someone
use
might
their
be able
wife
to,
or daughter.
someone might be able to afford a $650,000 mortgage in terms of monthly payments, but that down payment is the killer. So you work with your buyer to find an undervalued home. Let's use the same numbers here, 400. We come in, we renovate it, we get it up to 650. We refinance, and that's how we take a profit there. And now your homeowner is left with their 75, which can be put towards the down payment. And again, didn't put a dime into the renovations on their own, but they have fixed up a house and got a nice, I think an 88% loan to value rate as well. So I'm just kind of flying through this here. And then of course we do have the profit sharing for power agents. You are going to get 8% of re-up's profit. So the 75 in that situation that we took, that was our 50%, you're getting 8% of that. And for standard Epic agents, the profit sharing is 5%.
If we can, let's wrap it up. Whatever questions that we may have, because I know we only have probably like 1 minute. So is there any other questions that we have just to try to wrap this up real quick? I think my conversation, I'm a little long-winded, so I'm sorry, guys.
I think that they will probably put the questions in the support at reupliving.com as suggested, so we can get to moving on. And do you want to say, when is your monthly or weekly meeting?
That call is every second Tuesday of the month. Again, it's 12 Central Standard Time, and it is 11 Eastern Standard Time for you all. That call is hosted on the Redo. I'm sorry, the Epic Zoom link. I'll put that in the actual chat, but make sure that you guys are looking at your portal because that information should be filtered down through the actual portal. So you guys can register and sign up for that. So look for that. If not, email support@reupliving.com. Our team will work with your team to make sure that you do get registered for that. I know we have one more question. Can we answer that one more question, Bryce? And I promise we'll be gone.
Sure.
All right. Lisa asks, does the seller get the value, get the as-is value, sorry about that, before the renovation and the 50 split after the renovations once it is sold? I think that's for you, Tommy.
Yep. So yeah, the seller is going to get the full as-is value of the house plus 50% of the upside that was generated through our renovations.
Awesome. Good.
All right.
And Redo is another way to help your client make more money, and then you make a lot more money yourself because the list price goes up and they have rev share, which is one of the great benefits of Epic, probably why they partnered with them. So fantastic. Thank you, Justin, Tommy, Lauren. I appreciate you guys for stepping on and sharing information. Please make sure you reach out to all the agents who have put their contact in there. I know that you will. And make sure you guys, agents, attend the second Tuesday. If it's at 12 Central, it's actually 1 Eastern. We're an hour ahead of you
Oh,
guys.
sorry about that.
When you go west, you're going down. When you go east, you're going up because the East Coast is the best coast. So you always go up.
All
That's
I know
right.
is Central. How about that? All I know is Central. Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah,
All good.
definitely encourage you guys to join that meeting. We'll go into the services. We were crunched for time today, but we'll go in much more detail of the services on those onboarding calls.
And then we'll be asking Tommy for his hair product advice and what we get.
Thank you.
Need to use
Y'all
that.
have a good one.
So, all right. Thank you, guys.
Bye, y'all.
All right, sharing my screen. Can everyone see the Epic Florida State Meeting? Cool. So today is October 15th, the third Tuesday, my favorite Tuesday. Going over some information. Last month, we gained 22 new Epidians. And so some of them came in Southwest Florida, down by Sky's neck of the woods. None for Tampa. Probably they were not wanting to transfer the Hurricanes coming in. They saw that coming. And then over in the Panhandle, we had 3 new agents join us. And I really wanted to call Curtis Captain Hooks. Sorry. But I thought it's just every time I think of it, I always think of Captain Hook whenever I see that. So that's cool. Jackie and Ocala had a new agent come on. And then we had some in Central Florida come on board as well. And down in the West Palm area too. And actually Marty is down in Miami. So we're starting to expand into Miami and get some more agents down there. Let's keep growing Miami and let's find us an area leader specific from Miami. So if you guys know any agents in Miami, we should definitely share Epic with them. And we definitely need another fantastic area leader out there. So if there's anyone who you think would be a great leader, as you know, they have to be on board 45 or 60 days, 45 days, I believe, with Epic before they could actually assume the position. But we are always interested in great leaders and people who want to share and help others evolve, grow, and help them with their business. Jonathan, who's Northwest Palm, he had an agent join, and Jennifer didn't have any in her part of Central Florida. And then Shar had 3 agents join in her area near Sarasota. And Alex Fallon and Danny had 1 agent, even though Danny is Lake and Sumter County, this agent fell under Fallon's territory, which was north of Tampa. But for our September numbers, we actually blew it out the water. I didn't think it would be possible to beat August, but y'all did by like 9%. 47,995,506.50 in home sales. That is killer. 9%. August was 43 million. That was incredible. It was spread out over 158 transactions, which is 25% more than August. August had 123 transactions, if I remember correctly. So 25% greater, which is phenomenal that we did 158 units. That is 4 closings a day. That's if you're working Saturday and Sunday. We know we're not. Well, at least title isn't. We are, but title isn't. So that's the biggest month of the entire year of our existence in actuality. So that is phenomenal. If you want to look at the year to date volume since January, 253,421,929.08 in home sales. That is a lot of homes. It's actually 775 homes. What that breaks out to be in $5,701,675 in commissions that have been paid out to Florida agents, which is crazy. Over almost $6 million, guys. That is a lot of money that's being paid out. And we still have 3 more months to go. That's only the first 3 quarters. We still have a whole another quarter to go. We could easily top $350 million and close to $7 million, which if we get to 6, which clearly we will, that's over $500,000 in commission every single month. That's being paid out to all of our agents. That's crazy. Great, crazy, phenomenal. Hopefully you guys will take a vacation because y'all earned it when you earn that kind of commission. So some of our important updates. As we experienced the last 2 weeks, we had that huge meeting that was hosted in Houston, and hopefully everybody was able to take part of it. I just want to recap some of that information. We have Realty Pro account, which is free. It's a $300 value. They have meetings daily, and I believe it's at 1 o'clock. But if I'm wrong, you should check your spam because they send out emails and texts often. So check your spam folders for notifications. Just type in Realty Pro, realty.com. They've sent it out the last couple of days, the last week, and even this week. And I believe after this week, they're going to go to a weekly format. So take advantage of it this week if you could hop on. They're doing the same thing because without you guys selling and earning, they're not able to earn any kind of money. So take advantage of the free pro account, share it, get the word out, and let people know that you are in business to help them buy or sell or invest. One of the other fantastic, which is I'm pretty damn excited about this one here, is the Urban Sitter, the child, elder, pet care. I don't have any elder or pet, but the child care is fantastic. And that will come out in the second quarter, the springtime of next year, which will be perfect timing for spring break, hopefully, and then going into the summer, which is always our busiest time of year. So definitely keep your eyes and ears open for this benefit because this will be a massive game changer. And especially if you are attracting agents, and there are some agents who don't get to put in the full time because they are a full-time parent or they're a part-time employee, full-time parent, part-time realtor, then this will definitely alleviate a lot of stress. And this will help out tens of thousands of agents going forward. I'm most excited because I know we all have a little bit of experience in all of it with the pet care, elder care, child care, any of it. This is how they even thought of it or negotiated just baffles me and blows my mind. I can't wait to see what they have for that is. And the way they described it, that it's not just a service and a discount. They are actually paying for it. So that is phenomenal.
Hey, Brian, I was just going to say, I actually spoke to Josh about this because that was one of the questions that we had about it being completely free. And he said that this benefit is over 2 years in the making and 7-figure investment to make this happen.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, it's hard to beat the daycare rates. I think when I average it out, I pay an ungodly amount of money, but it breaks out to be like $11 an hour, which isn't so bad, but it's just like, you know, at the end of the month when you're paying $2,000, you're like, wow, that is a lot. But then when you break it down hourly, it's not. So I definitely assume if my two kids were $2,000 a month, then this would be easily seven figures, if not more. But that really just goes to show how much they care about their agents and how they're trying to change real estate and how they're really trying to help their agents. I've always said that Epic is the place to go when you want to better yourself, when you want to be better today than you were yesterday. And adding benefits like this only makes you better because it frees up your time. And time is the one thing we could never, ever get back. You only have one today. You only have one right now, and that's it. Anything else, it's past and it's gone. So you have to maximize what you're doing every single day and maximize your time and maximize these benefits, because without these benefits and you don't know how to use them or use them properly, then we're just not working to our most efficient potential. And I think we all have great potential, which is why we're all here. We all saw the big picture. And with this one, it just really sets the world on fire. I'm pretty damn excited. The next most important one is the natural disaster relief fund. I'll try to say it 3 times fast and maybe it'll come out quicker. That one starts next year, and you could donate out of your commissions and Epic will match up to $1 million. So that way, whenever we have situations like Milton or Helene, then we already have everything established and ready. I think if anything, the past month probably taught us to expect the unexpected. And who thought what would happen when Helene went up, and who thought when Milton cut down and went across and had storm surge, but didn't have storm surge, and then had 156 tornadoes, some ungodly number. I think the previous record was like 63, and it doubled it or almost tripled, came pretty damn close. I'm not a weather expert, but from what I remember, that's what I think the numbers were. And you can't prepare for tornadoes. You can't prepare for mudslides. You can prepare for a hurricane, what you think might happen, but there are always things that are unexpected. And with this, money is fantastic, but the personal touch, being able to provide and maybe use the money to get supplies is even more important than actually having the money there and being able to bring them what they need and when they need it, and to have it prepared ahead of time, which is fantastic. So it's always a learning process and a learning game. And I think that this year we've learned that we need to be more prepared with our preparations than ever before. One fantastic feature, all the documents in the website translating to Spanish. Obviously, them being in Texas, Spanish is really massive. Us being in Florida, Spanish is even just as massive, if not more. Central Orlando, South, North, everywhere, there's a massive Hispanic community. Here in Jacksonville, we have a team of 17 agents who knock it out of the park, and they mainly work with the Hispanic community, and they just kill it with them. And to have everything easier for them to understand on the website and in the documents just relieves a whole lot of stress and allows them to feel more comfortable when having those conversations, rather than trying to translate from English to Spanish or Spanish to English, and it's just in their natural language. So I think that this is massively inclusive. I love it. I think it was a fantastic idea. I'm sad that I didn't think of it, but I'm glad that someone else did. And I think that this will be huge, especially for our market, attracting agents and attracting clients for those agents who are bilingual and able to work with them. So I think this is fantastic for a huge population of people who live in Florida. Our team, we're starting to be team centric. We have several teams here in Florida. We have a dedicated person, her name is DM, to help the teams grow. And they have partnered with Sync. And if you guys need DM's contact information, any of the team leads on here, please reach out to me. I will give you her email so you can set up a meeting. Or if you're interested in starting a team or have questions about a team, you can meet with DM and go over team structure, how to get it going, how to expand, within market, how to expand to another market if you want to grow and make your world just a little bit bigger. She is there to assist and guide and give you that fundamental balance of, this is what I want, but I'm not 100% sure how to go about it. She's here to take us through that process and kind of lay out the yellow brick road. So if you guys need anything, probably email or text. Don't put it in the chat. Just email or text me, and I will send you DM's contact information, and you could schedule a meeting with her, and she will be able to put you on and meet with you and answer your questions and help you decide if a team is for you or not, or if you already are a team, how to grow it and make it a little bit bigger. So, always important reminders. Part of what they talked about was the expansion, not only expansion for teams, but expansion as in 2 countries per year for the next 5 years. In addition to finally hitting all 50 states by next year, they want to start expanding to other countries. So by the time we go public in 2026, we quite possibly could be in 4 or 5 countries and on 2 or 3 different continents, which would just make us that much stronger and make your stock go up a little bit more. So if you're not investing, I highly recommend you guys do it. 5%, even just a basic minimum, take it. It's currently 53 cents. You're buying at a 20% discount down to 43.3 or 43.6, whatever it comes out to be in. If that even just turns into $5 a share, that's 10x in your money alone. And we all know it's going to go way greater. I can't predict it. I have a feeling it's going to go way greater than $5 a share. I don't see why it wouldn't. And obviously, with the benefits they did roll out, they're going to roll out more benefits. Then we have PowerCon, where they're already talking about other benefits that they're negotiating for April of next year. I just don't know where they're going to go with it. That's what makes everything so dang exciting about this company, and why we all joined in the first place, right? And it gives us that potential retirement money when you could take 2 quarters, rub it together, and you get a $5 bill. Dude, I would do that all day, every day, and twice on Sunday if possible. So I highly recommend everybody get into it. Please, for yourself, your future self will thank your past self when you're doing it in 3-4 years from now. You'll be like, oh, that was so great. Thankful that I did that. The open forum is every Tuesday that we don't have a hurricane pending at 2:30 on Zoom. This link here. If you have any questions, you didn't get me during the week, or I forgot to reply to a text or an email, I'm sorry. But I have this open for us to get into, so where you guys could talk to me, hound me, remind me, and tell me that I need to do things better, and remind me of what is out there. Because sometimes sitting behind the desk, I tend to forget what is happening as much. I still do my sphere, so I get involved that way, and I still hit the ground, and I still network with people, but I'm not in the trenches like y'all every single day. And being in the trenches is really where the great information comes from. So bring it to me, let me know, and let's hammer things out and figure it all out and work together. Last month I had mentioned adding no reply at Lofty to make sure you are getting it and make sure you guys are getting the text messages. If you unsubscribe from the text messages, please go back and subscribe. I think you could do that. If not, I'll try to delete you, restart you. Never unsubscribe from Lofty text messages. You actually go into your Lofty settings and turn off what messages you don't want. So if you don't want the lead pond, turn it off. It's in your notifications within your settings. It's a toggle switch. Go down the list, turn them on or off. You're good to go. If you need assistance with that, please contact your area leader or go into the open forum and we can walk right through it together. Social media, I've noticed. I said it last month. Make sure you're always mentioning Epic Realty Inc. And especially if you're coming on as a new agent, make sure one of the first things you do after you sign up with Epic is change your voicemail and change your social media, because it's where everybody looks. LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, voicemail. Make sure that is changed right away. As soon as you are active with Epic, it needs to be noticed and recognized that this is the new brokerage that you're with, and that this is who is responsible for you. We are responsible for what you do out in the field, responsible for your actions, responsible for what you say, responsible for what you post. So always keep that in mind, that we are responsible for you, and you need to disclose who you're working with, working for. And some best practices. I'm going to skip this one, go into Dotloop real quick. You guys can see this here. So please, to make your life easy, it makes my life easy when we submit for a broker review. All you have to do is go into your file. This is one of my personal deals here. Check this box. And if there's something that doesn't need to be reviewed, say there was a random document in here, wiring instructions doesn't need to be reviewed, submit for review. That goes right into a broker review. And then when I get the notice in CSU that there is a CDA that needs to be done, I now click on this and it goes 1, 2, 3. It goes right through all the documents, rather than into the document, out of the document, to the main page, into the next document, out of the document, to the main page, into the next. It keeps it smooth and flowing. Kind of like if you guys know about a 3-ring dialer, it just keeps rolling. It just keeps going. It doesn't stop. So always submit for broker review. I will hammer this point. Your area leaders are going to hammer this point. So anyone who's not on here, share the message with them. Because in order for us to get through 158 CDAs, and there was more than that, because not every deal closes. Some of them fell apart right before the closing, or some of them were done and then it was canceled. Some of the CDAs were approved a week in advance and then it was canceled after that. So in order to get through that many CDAs, that many files, that many documents, we need to be smooth and efficient. The most efficient way is doing broker review and submit it, so I could fly right through it, check my checklist, make sure we're good to go. At max, there's like 7 documents that need to be uploaded. Unless you're representing both sides, then there's quite a few more, I think 11 in total. But that would be the only one where there's a lot of documents to ensure that we have everything to stay compliant with the state, protect you as an agent, which is the most important thing, and protect the brokerage. And if you have any questions about any of the documents, please let me know. Email me, call me, text me, or show up to the open forum and we could review why these documents are important. But at the end of the day, my answer will always be to protect you and to protect the brokerage. In CSU, we will go to CSU. We will go to the CDA request form. This is when you guys are filling out the information. If you don't charge an ETC fee, it needs to be 0. If you do, this is your Epic transaction fee. So if your flat fee is $450, like I highly recommend everybody, I encourage you to do $450. If you want to do more, do more. You want to do less. But we know the cap is $500. So if you do $450, at most you're ever paying is $50. And that's when it's over 500,000. If it's less than that, then you get to keep that extra commission. So I highly recommend that you always charge $450, but this is where you're going to put it. And then you will add it to your GCI. And you can even, if you want to, put in notes.
So I'm sorry, I need to interject for a second. So where you were showing that admin fee, so it's my understanding, and that's how I was trained in as the CSU state rep, that the admin fee is to be left blank unless you charge a fee. So in other words, the transaction fee does not go here. You would put that in the notes section and just state who's paying the transaction fee, the 0.1%. And then if you charge anything above that, that's the fee that you would include as your administrative fee.
Ironic, because I was told that all fees go in here, which is why it says admin fee or Epic
No, I
transaction.
know it's definitely confusing, but that's what I was taught
Sure.
as a state rep. However, I mean, we can definitely check on it, again, but I've been through it a bit, and I was told that the administrative fee side is just if you're actually like, let's say you charge $500 flat fee yourself, and then you have you have the 0.1% transaction fee, you would put whatever flat fee into the administrative fee section, and the transaction fee separate, that would go in the notes section.
Okay. I had my last meeting with them on Friday, so you guys will get an email on Friday about it.
Okay.
Cool. Back on track. Attended the Power Wednesday calls. You guys know that is important for noon Eastern, 11 Central, epiczoom.com. Make sure you're a part of it. You hear all the great information. The last thing would be to review your ICA. This is the ICA, and I actually favorited it so I could save it and come back and check it from time to time. And I will put the link, where is, should be out to everybody. That is the link. So y'all should star it, favorite it. So where you're good to go, and you could always reference it. Another quick tip, I have folders, create an Epic one so I can literally get to every one that I want to, the dashboard, Lofty, independent contractor agreement, back at you. Some of them I've duplicated by accident, Prime Street, all the things that you need to have, CSU. That way it's just a quick button and you're not sorting through a lot of different things. So quick tip, always favorite a page that you're going to frequent. You're going to frequent Lofty a lot. You're going to frequent the dashboard. You're going to frequent your reports to check your rev share. You're going to frequent CSU because you're submitting files and documents. So you're going to want to keep those up to date. Canva, you're going to want to save that one because you're going to frequent that when you're doing your marketing. So definitely quick tip, independent contract agreement, do all that, save the page, save yourself, and that way you just go to your folders and you're able to find it. Boom, quick, I'm good to go. I also have a bunch of other random ones in here too, TidyCal, but MLS, and you're good to go. So coming up, stay tuned for your area leaders. I know they have been doing a great job at putting events and information and sharing it. I see it in Lofty, which is fantastic. I'm glad to see that the emails and texts are going out. Just make sure you're getting the text. Do not unsubscribe from any of them, and tell your friends not to unsubscribe, because then they miss important information from the area leader and they miss important information from me, because I do send the text, because I know that we always see text. We don't always see emails. So I try to communicate through text most of the time until I run out of text and they need to up my limit, because we have 360 something agents in the entire state. So I run through them sometimes quickly. But always check that. And our next meeting will be Tuesday, November 19th, 2 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock Central. I already created the event in the events page. I will put it on the Florida State page, but it is in the agent portal. I deleted the one for Thursday. So no meeting Thursday. They are now every third Tuesday at 2 o'clock. I deleted that old one. The new one is there for November 19th. You will see that. Go ahead, like it, love it, share it, tell all your friends about it, let them know to be here so we go over other important information. We don't know who will be up next. I think I have like 2 or 3 people different companies who wanted to share. Last month we had Clear Mortgage talk about how they could help us earn more money. This month we had Redo talk about how we could earn more money through higher commissions and through the rev share program. So get involved in that. Get yourself some more money, put it in your pocket, and don't leave anything on the table if possible. I think, and be Epic. How could we help you? Because that's what Epic is here to do, clearly through our benefits and what we try to achieve for our agents and our goals that we have set up. I apologize for going over for 11 minutes. I'm going to stick around for another 20. If anyone wants to stay on, ask questions. I do have availability for next, 19 minutes technically. But please feel free to hang out, chat, ask some questions. If not, thank you for joining. I appreciate you guys. You have a wonderful day, wonderful week, and I will talk to you soon. Let me figure out how to stop recording. Oh, there we go.